I got bags. This last Sunday, I went to a couple thrift stores that I normally go to, and I think it was on Saturday where I stopped at a thrift store that had another location that I didn't actually know about. There's this place called Father Joe's. I believe it's a nonprofit that does a lot of homeless outreach, but I didn't know that they had another location. I knew of 2 of their locations, but apparently they have 4, and now I've been to 3 of them. But anyways, what we're going to start with is just a quick bag right over here. This is from Out of the Closet. It's another nonprofit. They do a lot of STD prevention, HIV, AIDS work, etc. They run a pharmacy above their stores to help out people in the community. Great cause to support. So I went there on Sunday, and I was pretty picky there. This is a G-Star Raw 5620 pair of jeans. These sell for around $40 to $50. I believe that I got them for $12. I was paying up a little bit, but I was looking for stuff that was a little bit higher end, just trying to increase my average order value. This is a pair of Hudson men's jeans, and it's a men's size 31, made in the USA. Hudson is a brand where it's a little bit style dependent. Not all of their jeans will do well, but I looked up like a dark wash straight, which these are, and I saw that these were going for around, probably will list them for $39.95, and I paid $8 for them. Now, if you're super into vintage clothes, you probably already know everything I'm about to say about this t-shirt. But this is a Seattle Mariners 1995 Division Champions t-shirt. And there's a couple interesting things about this. So first of all, this is on the Fruit of the Loom Made in the USA tag. Obviously, it's got the year on it. It even has, it's a little bit faded. But on the bottom here, it has the TM with the year right there. But one of the easiest ways to know that this is single stitch, or the way, I just gave it away. One of the easiest ways to know is because this is actually single stitch. So generally speaking, one, most clothes aren't made in the USA anymore, although some are, but most clothes nowadays are double stitch on the sleeves and at the hems. So this right here is a genuine from the era. I'm guessing this is around a $30 to $40 shirt. I haven't comped it yet, but that's what my expectation would be. And I paid $6 for it. This is a brand where I think in my last recap video I talked about selling one of their pieces that was new with tags. This is St. John, and this is the by Marie Gray line. This is a little bit of a kind of goldish skirt, and St. John is a really high-end Nordstrom brand. Their pieces can retail for sometimes over $1,000. I got this for $8. I'm expecting that something like this will sell in like the 60-ish range. Maybe. No, I don't think it would go over 100. This right over here. So this is something that it's a brand that you have to be a little bit specific with. So this is Brooks Brothers. This is the Regent, and this is a men's 17 by 35, which is roughly like a men's XL or a 2XL. I paid $9 for it. I think the orange was 50% off that day, so I think I paid $4.50 for it actually. But the reason that I actually bought this is not because of the fact that it's Brick Brothers. It's because it's actually a Supima cotton shirt, and I find that their Supima cotton shirts sell better than their regular cotton shirts. I probably wouldn't have paid $9 for this, and if it was a regular cotton shirt, I wouldn't have paid $4.50 for it. Well, hey, if St. John is so good, why not find it twice? This is St. John. This is a woman's size 12, like maroon burgundy red pair of slacks. Nothing too crazy here. I can imagine those sold for hundreds new. I got them for $7, and without comping it, my expectation is these will sell in the 50 to 80 range. This is a brand that you've seen me talk about before. It's a brand called Ex Officio. It's the Insect Shield sub-brand. This is a woman's size XL, lavender purple full zip hoodie. And I got this for, I believe it was just $1. This is Athleta. This is a woman's size small. I did look it up and I saw that this was selling for around $40, give or take. I'm not going to actually look up the exact style name right now, but if you look at an Athleta tag with some numbers on it, and you can use that to find the style code and the exact name. And when I did that, I looked this up and I saw that this was selling for around $40 pre-owned fairly consistently. Alright, so while I did go to a couple different locations for Father Joe's, I'm not sure which bag is from which location, so I'm just going to combine them into the same trip and not really differentiate which was from which store. I think the majority of this, actually I think it's about 50-50. Anyways, it's not what you're here for. You're here to see cool stuff. So, this is a pair of Peter Millar. This is a men's size 42. And this is new with tag, and it also has the Crown designation on it. These retail for $178, although you can find these oftentimes at TJ Maxx for like $20 to $30 in new condition if you wanted to. These usually sell for around $60 to $80 in new condition, new with tag condition on eBay. And these like off-white ivory chino slacks. Good buy right there. I think one of the more underrated areas in thrift stores oftentimes dress shirts, and it's not necessarily because they have the fastest sell-through, but it's oftentimes because they're not really heavily picked over. This is a brand called Eaton, which is a good brand for dress shirts. This is probably around a $40 dress shirt. It's got a good feel to it. I don't have the exact word to describe it, but it is cotton, but it feels like linen, which is interesting to me. But basic blue dress shirt will sell for around $40. And if Eaton is so nice, why not find it twice over here? This one actually feels more like a regular cotton, almost like a performance cotton shirt. This is a men's contemporary 2XL. And like a slate green, gray dress shirt. Again, sell for around $30 to $40. Now this is a brand that was new to me, but I was actually very pleasantly surprised. I just thought the stitching on it looked good and the material felt good. And I really want to not underrate that. Oftentimes there's a lot of basics that people skip over just because it doesn't have, like, they're vintage sellers and they're looking for this crazy fancy vintage shirt, like that Mariner shirt. That's what a lot of people are looking for. But they don't actually pay a lot of attention to the material, so that even if something feels good, they might not recognize that it's pretty high quality. This is a brand called James Perse, P-E-R-S-E. Their t-shirts, their basic t-shirts sell for around $20 to $25 all day on eBay. The store, I think t-shirts would, before any discount, were $4 each. Here's another James Perse. Basic gray t-shirt. There were a few in the women's section as well. This one is a v-neck. And hey, why not another one? This is a brand you've seen me talk about pretty regularly. Life is Good. Got the little smiley face on the back. This is a woman's size medium, and it's got a little kind of Jeep style car with a camper van on the back of it, and it says "Not all who wander are lost." Just a nice little fun shirt. A little bit of fading to it, but it should be okay. This is a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren dark wash blue jeans. This is a men's 32 by 36. Good size for the tall guys. And one thing that I will say about Polo Ralph Lauren jeans that you probably should be aware of is that there's a big difference between the straight cut and the tapered cut. So these are tapered. You can see how it's a little bit wider at the top and then it goes down to the bottom. It's a little bit slimmer. So these are definitely a tapered cut, and they actually have specific names for that. Took me a second. So they have the Varick, the V-A-R-I-C-K, which is a slim straight, but it is actually straight from the knee down, which I think these would probably qualify. And then they have the Sullivan, which is basically tapered from the knee down. So I will likely use the Varick keyword on this. This is a brand I like to sell, like to list, pretty high quality, although it's nothing too crazy. This is Marine Layer. This is a long sleeve baseball tee Henley. Nothing too crazy, pretty high quality. Their basic t-shirts will sell for around $15 to $20. I would expect a Henley would sell for around $24.95. I might list it for $27.95 or $29.95 plus shipping. I'll know when I look closer at comps, but for this, let's just say that I'll list it at $24.95 plus shipping. Another Life is Good t-shirt. Men's 2XL. I'm not old, I'm classic, with a toolkit. Just a nice fun t-shirt. And that's kind of what the Life is Good t-shirts. A lot of them are just fun. Another one of those brands that are kind of subtle but good to keep an eye out for. It's Mack Weldon. Nothing too crazy, probably 20-25 bucks. But this is a basic slate charcoal gray Henley long sleeve t-shirt. Again, nothing too crazy, but consistent. Now these I know I got from the second Father Joe stores. I genuinely don't really do as much with shoes as I probably should, but I really don't like to clean shoes, so I'll usually only get them if they're really obvious and in good condition. These qualify. So this is from a brand called Danner. They're more like hiking boots. If you look at the bottom, they've got the Vibram sole. You could potentially say like hiking work boots. I'm sure somebody could wear them for either. They're not steel toe or mock toe, although it's a little bit tougher out there. You maybe could use the mock toe, MOC keyword. I probably won't. But just high quality hiking outdoors work boots. But I would say in the 50 to 80 range is a pretty safe bet for these. And I got these for 13 bucks. Johnny O. These are the prep performance pants, light blue golf pants. Probably a solid 30 to 40 bucks on these. I'd say closer to 30 than 40. I believe I got them for $8. Had a good sell-through rate. Johnny O is a brand that I always want to sell, and I always realize that it sells slower than I would like. I've watched some videos from people who absolutely swear by the brand and say that it sells great, and I just haven't really had that experience. But I think what I'm realizing is a lot of the stuff that sells really well for them is their collaborations with other brands. I know there's like a Johnny O and Converse brand. I need to look at some of their comps a little bit more and just get to know the brand a little bit better. But this has the nice addition of the performance sub-brand. And I think what I'm realizing is that Johnny O is a brand where if it has a really distinct style, material, sub-brand, or collaboration, it will go for a pretty decent amount. But if it's something where it's just Johnny O on its own, without even any sub-brand, you might be sitting on it for a while. Don't quote me on that. This is a brand called Sessions Ridge Gear. It's a men's XL. And these are ski snow pants. Nothing really more to add to that. I believe I got these for $8, maybe $10. And they will sell for 40 to 80. I think 80 is a bit ambitious. I would say probably closer to 40 to 60. It's getting to be a little bit out of season for something like these, but at the same time, there are people who buy these things all year round, and I'm just of the opinion where if the margin is there, the $8 you save that day is not going to change your life, but the $40 to $50 or $60 that you make when it sells could be helpful. So if it's in front of you, if the margin is good, even if it's out of season, just grab it, list it. Things sell all year round. Just might take a little bit longer. Now this I know was from the second Father Joe's. This is a brand called Tailorbird. This is a brand that everyone thinks it does well. I don't know if anybody actually thinks it does well. It doesn't really. It's a men's 44L navy blue blazer. This is a really high quality blazer. I believe it's a wool blazer. It's got the stretch fabric tag over there. You know, kind of everything you would want in a men's blazer. This will sell for $40 based upon comps. It's probably $200 new. And Tailorbird is a brand where like I see their dress shirts and stuff like that, and I think what happened with them is I think they went retail, opening up their own stores. So I think a lot of inventory got onto the secondary market because obviously if a store doesn't sell it, they need to get rid of it. And sometimes they'll just pallet it up and sell it by the truckload, and then it gets into the secondary market. And I think that's what happened with Tailorbird. It's why sometimes with some of these more stylized, specialized brands, they actually are, in my opinion, are better to stay as like internet brands or boutique brands that are only through major retailers rather than being like, oh, we want to open up our shop. There's a lot of expenses involved with opening up your own shop, and there's a lot of inventory loss that comes from that as well. So, I don't know. I think that's what happened with them. I think they have some of their own locations, and it really saturated the secondary market because of that. Over here, Hugo Boss, men's navy blue wool blazer. 100% wool, men's 42 long. Can't go wrong with that. Easy $40 to $60. Probably could list it and wait on it higher if I wanted to, but I don't like to do that. Now, this bag I know was definitely from the Hillcrest location because I remember being shocked. I was there on a Sunday where it'll be the last day of their discounts from the previous week. This had been marked down and been in the rack all week long. And it was still there, and I have no idea how. This is All Saints. All over print, floral, button down, casual dress shirt. I have absolutely no idea how this was there. Men's All Saints, women's All Saints, it's all good. Probably not a crazy seller. This is Travis Matthew. This is I believe 100% Pima or Pima blend. V-neck, striped gray. T-shirt, nothing too crazy. Probably $17.95 plus shipping, but I think t-shirts there were $4 and that might have been half off. So Theory is a brand where I actually oftentimes stay away from their basics unless it's extraordinarily cheap, like in the $1 to $3 range, or if it has a good material. So I believe this one I got I think I got it for the full price of like $5.99. Oh, spender. But this is a men's 2XL. It's also a Pima blend, so that is usually where I will spend a little bit more for Theory when they have a nice blend. And this actually, it's kind of hard to see, but it's got a nice little detailed geometric print. Really high quality brand. The clothes are great. If you're buying stuff for yourself, I mean, it's the kind of thing I would wear, but at the same time, their basics, which don't have a specialty material or style to them, just don't really sell for as much as you might think that they would. This one really surprised me. So, I think you're probably aware that Under Armour can have some items that are actually decently valuable, although not everything from the brand is. This is a sub-brand called Athlete Recovery, and it retails for $65. It's a pair of kind of like stretch sweatpants. I think it's like sleepwear, and this is a men's size 2XL, new with tags. I think I paid $7 or $8 for this. It sells for around $40 to $50 on eBay in new with tag condition. I actually was just looking at it and I was like flipping through the sweatpants, which I actually don't do as much as I should. And I saw the tag and I was just like, oh, well, it's new with tag, Under Armour. I'll look it up. And I was really surprised because I thought it would be like $20, but was really surprised by that sub-brand. And obviously Under Armour has collaborations like the one that they have with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, where those can be more valuable as well. But some of the basic Under Armour stuff can be okay. It's fairly saturated. You could sell it, like if you can get a basic Under Armour loose fit t-shirt for $1, you can sell it for $12 all day. If that's what you want to do. I'm kind of moving away from that a little bit, and I'm trying to find stuff where my margin's a little bit bigger per item. Last item. This is a brand called Southern Marsh. This is a golf polo t-shirt, light baby blue. It's got the little logo with the duck on it over there. Just solid quality basic. I believe this was $5.99. I believe it will sell for somewhere in the $19.95 to $24.95 range. And overall, just a quality basic. So that's the haul. Do you have a favorite item today? Which one stood out to you? Is there something that you're seeing here? If you think I'm maybe underpricing something, just let me know in the comments below. If this video was helpful for you, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. More on the way. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Talk to you later.